film, Japanese film called Samurai Time Slipper. This film is made probably 2023, but I think 2024 become like a hit in Japan, I think. And 25 now is distributed in the US as well. And I felt that this film is more or less like I don't know, it's not a serious film. It's a comedy, of course, and this about samurai who time slipped to modern era today, from Edo era, where people are still 200 years of a very close country atmosphere, and atmosphere is a little bit changing because the pressure from outside to open up the country itself. But because of that, it's not a serious film, and I wasn't interested in that much. But it was available at Canopy, and so I watched it, and I really enjoyed it. It's a well-made film. What I understand is that this particular director is an independent director. It's not like a studio financed movie or anything. He made this film very cheap, but I think he used the studio set when they are not being used. They can kind of sneak in there and use that studio, Samurai Studio, movie studio. And so anyway, movie itself, I think it's well done. I think the particular character, main character, protagonist, was played by this particular actor, Makiya somebody, and yeah, he was very good. And the movie plot is also, I thought, it was very clever and very good. Very interesting phenomenon, like a Back to the Future type of thing, that time slips. And so it was a very kind of entertaining film. And but also I think mostly it's homage to the era where Japanese samurai films were very popular. When I was growing up, 1950s and 60s, for example, more than 60% of it is samurai films they make. Like Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurais, Sanjuro, Yojimbo, all these things are made during that time, and also it's very popular at that time. So samurai films, as I was growing up, I didn't like that much, because even though it's stylized, the fighting scenes and everything, but it's still violent film, so I didn't feel comfortable watching it. And because of that, I kind of avoided, maybe. Only when I came to the US, I was exposed to this particular movie buff culture, where Akira Kurosawa's film is shown in Detroit, for example, in a whole entire summer. His retrospective was played there, and also lots of Japanese film I never seen before, like Kurosawa's films I never seen before. And Masaki Kobayashi's Harakiri I haven't seen them that before, when I was in Japan. So a lot of stuff I avoided, but later, much later, since I came here, I became a fan of Kurosawa, and I really loved the Masaki Kobayashi's films and Kenji Mizoguchi's film, and some other directors' samurai films. I really loved it. But in a sense that the fact that I really hated Japanese samurai films when I was in Japan was that it's period pieces. That means talking about this old traditions and old custom, old mentality, nothing to do with democratic freedom or anything like that. And so it was, as a boy's mind, even I think it was very difficult to watch those things. But anyway, so introduction was kind of long, but this particular film is like a very homage to the samurai films that it was popular in this particular culture, Japanese culture, where many people went to the movie theater to watch cinema movies. And so this particular film shows that some of the people are still making today samurai films, but in a much smaller scale, because popularity of samurai films waned. Probably 1970s waned, I think, 1980s, 1990s, 2000. Not many samurai film was produced. You see lots of people killed, and with the sword, and this hero killed 20 people or something at one fight scene. And but there is no blood. There is nothing suggesting a gory phenomenon, right? And actually, the killing is very serious, gory, spectacularly horrific events there. But as far as the Japanese period samurai film depicted, it's very stylized fighting scene there. So that's when the people really enjoyed. I think that the reason why I really enjoyed is because people who lived there around that time, especially older people, still remember older Japan, like Meiji era, which is the country open to the West, but still those sentiments of samurai remained very strong, because more than 250 years of the peaceful, closed Japan there when samurai was ruling. And this particular film depicts that particular sentiment of the people still love the samurai films. I think today probably TV produces more samurai stories, probably more than movie theater films, I think. So even today, I think a TV program is based on those period film, period era, beginning of the samurai era, people, different sections, and fighting to each other. Those things is very common still. So it is very interesting to notice the particular thing still remains people's mind very strong. And so this particular film was independently produced by this particular man, director. I don't recall the name at this moment, but he tried to produce this particular film. And so, yeah, when I watched it, I think structure-wise of this particular film is very well constructed. You know, initially this particular samurai transferred to the today's environment, and by the lightning strikes, right? And all of a sudden he was thrown away to this Japanese movie set that people were making movies at the time, today probably, and so the environment is pretty much like a samurai era, houses and the streets, and the people are walking around with kimono, with, you know, katana, and the samurais are there. So he didn't notice the difference there, but then realized that he was in the scene where people are shooting the samurai films, and he was got into there, and then slowly realized that he was time slipped to the today, which is probably 150 years or 100 to 150 years later. So he was a smart samurai, very, very good in, you know, sword fighting, but he was employed as this role of being killed in the samurai films. The particular thing is he mastered how to do that by being taught by the you know, this instructor who teaches other actors how to fight and so forth. So that particular part was kind of nice as well, but nicest thing about this movie is this particular protagonist, very sincere portrayal of this time-slipped person. You kind of know that his intensity, his surprise, his wonder of today's world, and he slowly adjusts, and the movie goes to this climax, which is very, very well done. I think very, very well done as a movie, and I think that's one of the reasons this particular movie was successful. Very, very nice climax there. So yeah, I really recommend the people who, you know, don't know anything about samurais, but you know, just as a comedy, I think you should see this film. Very, very nice.